Hybrids are supposed to be slow and boring. So what happens when an automaker cooks up a vehicle with its temperature knob set more toward performance versus fuel efficiency? Well, that vehicle would be this rare 2007 Honda Accord hybrid, the first hybrid in the Accord lineup. Now, so what made this vehicle different versus its main competitor at the time, the Toyota Camry hybrid? Let's find out. Now, Honda's 7th generation Accord was one of the best mid-size family sedans you could buy on the market when it was out. It spanned from 2003 to 2007. 2005 is when Honda actually introduced the rare and the first Accord hybrid in the lineup. What made the vehicle really special was the fact that, unlike other hybrids in its class, this one used a 6-cylinder engine paired with the electric motor as opposed to the 4-cylinder. Styling differences between the gas model are subtle. You have these special 16-inch alloy wheels, which are supposedly aerodynamic. You have the rear deck lid spoiler on the back. On the rear, you can see the taillights, while LEDs, they have a clear amber section. All the other Accords have just a full red LED taillights. In terms of the styling, I think this vehicle has aged really well. I still think the 7th generation Accord looks fantastic in the used car market today. And I do think that the 16s still look a little bit small. The 17s on the V6 models definitely look better. Fog lights still were not even available from the factory for this vehicle. If you wanted fog lights, you had to get them installed as a dealer accessory. From the front, you can't really tell that this is a hybrid. Looking at the roof, there's a special little roof-mounted antenna that gives it away as a hybrid, and those little turn signal indicators in the mirrors, that also gives it away as a hybrid. This particular color is called Graphite Pearl, and it's a very nice color. It shows the vehicle's lines very nicely. But in terms of, telling whether it's a hybrid or not, this is not like a Prius. This vehicle looks very traditional. It drives very traditional as well. It's got a 5-speed automatic as opposed to a CVT. Now, looking at the interior, this one does have Honda's gray leather. It's kind of a little bit of a drab interior design, but stepping into the vehicle, it's very comfortable. It has a really nice, easy step-in height. And you can see here's the interior of the Accord. It's very, this one actually has the rare navigation model. It's very rare. I've never seen a 7th gen with nav. Here's the key for the vehicle, same old Honda key. And because this is a hybrid, as soon as you insert the key and start it, there's no starter hiccup noise. Listen. The car just kind of whirs to life, even though it's a 6-cylinder engine. There's no starter hiccup noise. You can see there's Honda's older 7-inch touchscreen navigation system. They still use a touchscreen in some of their older products, but you can see that this is just one old, stale navigation system. The map quality is just crunchy. It does have voice commands on the steering wheel, but don't expect to find any Bluetooth. This is a time when Honda reserved Bluetooth for Acuras. As opposed to the rest of the interior, though, this is a very nice interior. You have soft touch paneling on the dash right here. It is soft, but it's not very pliable. I actually like it, though. It's a very nice feeling plastic. It's all hard plastic up here, but it's basically soft touch right here going to this portion. This right here is hard plastic. But the door panels here are all the same soft touch materials that are on the dash. Leather stitch right here, leather where your arms are your elbows are gonna rest. Nice faux aluminum trim here. It looks real though, but when you touch it, it definitely feels fake. Chrome door handle. The 8th gen Accords didn't have that. Looking at the center stack here, it's different with the nav model. You have a joystick here. It's also a touch screen. It's pretty simple to use. You have your dual zone climate control right here. You have a 6-disc CD changer. This is a pretty old navigation system though. You can see that from the DVD slot right there. This is DVD based as opposed to the newer hard drive based systems. There's no auxiliary input in this vehicle. Even if you're looking down in here, there's a power outlet in there, but no auxiliary input jack for this vehicle. You do have a sliding armrest and some more additional storage right here. Heated seats are included on the hybrid. It's pretty much like the loaded Accord. 5-speed automatic is your transmission on this vehicle. It's different from other hybrids as it doesn't have a CVT. There's no backup camera. Don't expect to find it when you put it in reverse. Looking at the glove box, it's a pretty nice sized glove box. It's damped, but it's not lined with felt or anything. And you can see here, this moonroof is actually new for 06. The 05 Accord hybrids did not have a moonroof for this vehicle. Now coming to the steering wheel, it's traditional Honda steering wheel. I think it's got an electric power steering, so it doesn't feel different than the standard Accords. Nice fat bolstering extensions, perforated leather. I mean, this is basically a time when, Honda built the Accord as, the driver enthusiast family sedan. Looking at the rear seat, this is an Accord. This is a mid-size family sedan, so it's got a very generous back seat. Well, of course, the newer Accord is much larger in that sense, and you do not get vents back here like you do in the newer Accords, but you do have dual map pockets. You have a nice armrest right here with some cup holders. The one thing about the hybrid model, the seats do not fold down because that's where they put the nickel metal hydride batteries. And the door panels back here carried over, soft touch, chrome door handle, and then leather stitch here where your elbows are going to rest. Now, the trunk of the Accord Hybrid is definitely where it's gone down. The regular Accord is about 14 cubic feet, and it has a single fold-down seat. The Accord Hybrid loses that and it only has 11 cubic feet, but Honda's done a pretty good job with packaging the battery. You still have a really nice opening. Gooseneck hinges do crush your cargo, but overall, the practicality of the trunk is still there. So looking under the hood, don't let that hybrid badge fool you. This 3-liter V6 makes a nice sound when you put your foot down on that gas pedal. It's Honda's 3-liter, J30 VTEC V6. Same engine that's in the regular Accord. You can see it's got like some kind of orange extension cable. It's got a small, mild hybrid system. Honda's integrated motor assist. Here are the numbers: 253 horsepower. Torque is unknown. I think it's like 212 with just the V6, but the electric motor makes a lot of torque. This is actually up from the standard V6's Accord 244. Paired with the 5-speed auto, 0 to 60 times were silly fast at the time, under 7 seconds. Remember, this is back in 2005 to 2007. Hybrids were slow, not fun vehicles. This is when Honda really started to, change everything with their Accord hybrid. So let's take a look at how it all works together. All right, so for those of you who actually are looking for an Accord hybrid and are curious to see how it drives, let's take a look. So like I said again, no starter hiccup noise, just turn the key and the car just kind of roars to life. Now, Honda has done a really good job with making this car just feel like a conventional car. It's probably one of the most conventional car, feeling hybrids I've ever driven. It literally just feels like a 7th-gen Accord with a 6. I really do like that 6-cylinder, engine in this car though. The visibility is excellent. This is the 7th-gen Accord. You have these relatively thin pillars, a nice low cowl design. The hood is pretty low as well. Great visibility out of the back. The seats, I can't say anything but praise for the seats in the 7th-gen Accord. They're so comfortable. I wouldn't hesitate to drive this car on a long trip any day. So, what gives it away as a hybrid when you're behind the wheel? Well, I'll show you in a second. And you can see this is probably one of the peppiest hybrids I've driven in a long time. Wow. So what are the things that give it away as you're driving a hybrid? For one, every time you come to a stop in this vehicle, the engine shuts off, which is normal. Hybrids are supposed to do that. So basically, I'm coming to a stop here. There's a little econ light that shows up in the dashboard, and then when I actually come to a stop, an auto stop light blinks. That's the great thing. It shuts off the power or the engine. When I let go, the engine restarts. And you can see here, it's got plenty of torque. What I also like is the fact that I have gear changes. Because I don't like the way CVTs feel, I do like the regular gear changes. Now, there are a couple of new instrumentations in the speedometer for this hybrid model. There's a little charge and assist bar that shows whether the engine is charging, or whether it's charging the batteries or assisting the gas engine. When I put my foot down, you can see it goes all the way to assist, and the car is offering all 253 horsepower. When I put my foot on the brake, it goes all to charge because it's taking all that wasted kinetic energy and putting it back into the batteries. There's also a little eco button slightly above the two bars. This vehicle is one of the first Accords that has variable cylinder management, Honda's VCM system. Basically, it shuts down half of the cylinders, so it's running on the 3-cylinder whenever the eco light is on. It's seamless. So you can see here, I'm coming to another stop. The auto stop kicks in, and you can hear it's totally silent. There is no noise in this vehicle right now, and it's just running off the electric motor. As soon as you lift your foot off the brake though, the gas engine automatically restarts. You can actually feel somewhat of a shudder. This vehicle is not capable of running on electric power alone like Honda's or like Toyota's hybrid system or Ford's hybrid system. That's one of the downfalls of Honda's hybrid system, is it cannot run on just electric power alone. It's pretty quick in the way it starts up, but it does have somewhat of a shudder, just a tiny bit. And during stop and go traffic, that feature might get annoying. I'd have to actually be in traffic, but it's pretty quick in the way it starts up. It's just, this vehicle is very conventional. It's good for enthusiasts because, like me, I don't want to be driving something that feels weird like a Prius. The steering in this car is just fantastic. It has good feel. It is electric power steering. It's not as good as the gasoline Accords in terms of feel, but this car still feels playful. It's a pretty fun driving, hybrid sedan. The navigation system in this vehicle is pretty dated, but I'm glad that it's there. I mean, this car feels kind of like an Acura. It feels like a luxury vehicle in this thing. It's very nice. The brakes actually don't have that grabby regenerative feel that most hybrids have. These brakes feel much better than even Honda's own Civic hybrid. Now this is still an Accord, so the turning radius is pretty tight. It's the one thing about Accords that are great. You can see this thing accelerates with authority. You wouldn't believe it's a hybrid until the gasoline engine shuts off when you come to a stop. So anyways, if you guys are in the market for one of this rare, Honda Accord hybrid, expect fuel economy to be roughly the same as a 4-cylinder Accord. Honda rated this car at about 2737 back when it was new. It's probably been re-rated to about 2434. That's the true estimates. About the same as a 4-cylinder. So you get V6 performance, 4-cylinder MPG. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my overview of this Accord hybrid. I'll catch you all later.